Good day to you all, and ho ho ho! It's Merry Christmas around the world. If you are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful time with your friends and your family. It is certainly a very special time for the De Villiers household. Lots of cricket has been happening around the world, and lots anticipated cricket coming up tomorrow. That's the big Test match series over there in Australia between India and Oz. That'll happen at the MCG. Also, South Africa taking on Pakistan after losing the ODI series convincingly. So it's a big Test match series, and hopefully South Africa will regain their confidence going into this Test series. WTC Scenarios will cover a bit of that, and also Ravi Ashwin retires. What a stellar career he had, good friend of mine, and we had some great battles together. It is the 360 show. It's season 6, episode 15. So let's go. It's time for the 360 view, and talking about time, it means 360 seconds for the six main topics of the week. So let's hit that stop clock as we start off with South Africa and Pakistan. South Africa losing out 3-0 against Pakistan, ODI whitewash. That doesn't happen every day, or very often at least, over here in South Africa. Congrats to Pakistan. I thought they played a wonderful series. And Coach Rob Walter from the Proteas saying that South Africa will shine through in the Champions Trophy. Well, this is certainly not a very confident step in any direction, in my honest opinion. Not a lot of positives to take out of it, except for perhaps an Heinrich Klaassen, who played really well in most of the ODIs. But South Africa's batting coming up short against a very good Pakistan bowling attack. I've spoken about the Pakistan bowling attack for ages, and the South African batters will have to be ready come the Test series. Talking about that Test series, that will happen in Pretoria, Centurion Park, on the 26th. That is tomorrow, guys. Big Test series for South Africa. They'll have to forget about the ODI series as soon as they can and try and get those batters in form, because you can't win Test matches if you don't post good scores. You've got to give the bowlers the freedom to carry those catches, something I feel I repeat very often. But it is up to the batting order to come to the party over here in South Africa against a very good Pakistan bowling attack. And I think that is the battle, the South African batters against the Pakistan bowlers. I don't have any doubts about the South African bowlers. I think Pakistan will have their hands full in the batting department in this Test series, but we need runs on the board, Proteas, and not a lot of guys in form in that ODI series. So for those who are playing in the ODIs and also the Test match come tomorrow, hopefully they will regain a bit of form. Temba Bavuma, Tony DeZorzi, and a few others will feature. So big series, as you know. South Africa one Test win away from qualifying, or at least cementing their spot in that finals of the WTC. And they will do everything they can to get that win under the belt and clarify that lock for them and make sure they do go through. Otherwise, there are some scenarios that will play out. And talking about scenarios, there's the WTC log, with South Africa still the top with 63% points, or whatever that percentage means. They are on the top. Australia close second, and then also India, and that is the other very big series happening over there at the MCG. But that's the WTC log for you. It's just those top three teams that still stand a chance to qualify for those finals in 2025. As you know, that'll take place at Lords in England. I really hope I can get there, as my kids have been really nagging me and saying, Dad, we want to go to Lords. We want to go watch that Test match. Doesn't matter who play. They just want to go to Lords. Because the last time they were there, they don't have a lot of memories of that. They were very young when I played for Middlesex, and that was the last game at Lords that I played. At least Dad scored some runs, so they have some highlights to watch me playing there in my last game at Lords. But hopefully we will return, as I'll try and get the De Villiers family to go support, hopefully the Proteas in the WTC final. Another big Test series unfolding over there, and the next Test match will be at the MCG. That is for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Fourth Test match coming up, Team Australia against India, and a lot to play for. It's all tied up over there. As we called for a draw, we got that draw in Adelaide, and now it's all to play for in the fourth Test match. And I do feel we'll have a result here, guys, as things happen quickly over there at the MCG. That's something I picked up during my playing days with those big crowds. It's the festive season, it's Boxing Day, and the hype is so big that the game speeds up. So expect a lot of wickets, a lot of runs. Not a lot of runs, maybe more wickets to start off with. But what I'm trying to say is the runs will happen at a fast rate, and you tend to play more shots than usual because of that hype around the ground, the adrenaline pumping. At least I found I was searching for a couple of shots I shouldn't have playing at the MCG, largely because of that atmosphere that is over there. It is a very entertaining test match, always. Same with the last one at the SCG. Big crowds around New Year's, Boxing Day, Christmas, everything is happening, and the batters tend to come out with hard hands. So expect a lot of entertaining and exciting cricket, as there's a lot of changes in the Australian team. Nathan McSweeney finds his way on the sidelines. He's been dropped. And then Jai Richardson comes in. Let me at least say Sam Constance will most probably replace Nathan McSweeney at the top of the order. But also in the bowling department, Josh Hazelwood won't be available. And I do feel Jai Richardson will fill that spot. He's a wonderful bowler. Also Sean Abbott in the squad. So we'll see what they come up with there. My vote will go for Jai Richardson. As we just got over a minute left here, let's quickly talk about Ravi Chandran Ashwin. What a fantastic, incredible career this guy's had. I did tweet about it and I said, you are a legend, Ash. Look at all those records. I've always enjoyed our battles, I say there as well. A lot of respect for this guy and everything he's achieved, but more so the way he played the game. Always very competitive, with a smile on his face, a smart thinking cricketer, always working over his batters with smart cricket. And that's what I loved about him. He reminded me a bit of Shane Warne, also really working with the batter and finding the batter in a position where they play shots where they shouldn't do. And that's what the great bowlers do. But all the records are up there, guys. Look at that incredible career. So many records broken over his career, and he was a wonderful, wonderful, I would say, example for how cricket should be played. So congrats, Ash. Great career. All your fans, your family, everyone around the world are very proud of you. And then last but not least, the Champions Trophy 2025. You see the England squad there. Joe Root finds his way back in that squad. As I'm almost out of time, Stokes will be out with a hamstring injury. But the main thing there for me, 5 pacers who can all bowl around the 90 miles an hour mark. So they will be going for pace, and that's something that Baz McCullum brought in. All to wait for, guys. Such an exciting time ahead with the Champions Trophy coming up, but more recently the Test Series as the WTC log will be finalized pretty soon. That's the 360 view for you. Let's now move to the main topic of the week, and I briefly touched on it in the 360 view, and that is the Champions Trophy 2025. As we see a tentative match schedule that's been released, we've got those 2 groups, guys: Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, New Zealand in the one group, Group A that is. And then Group B, Afghanistan, Australia, England, South Africa. 2 really strong groups. And that's the beauty of the ICC Champions Trophy and why I enjoyed it so much over the years. It's really powerhouse cricket matches. There are no dead rubbers. It's a shortened version, I would say, of the World Cup. Strength versus strength. And you have those 2 semi-finals and straight into the finals. So this tournament will take place in Pakistan and also the UAE. Some of these venues are not confirmed yet, as India, if they qualify for that semi-finals and the final even, it will all take place in the UAE. If not, it will happen in Pakistan. So interesting dynamic there. I thought it's worth mentioning, and that's why some of the grounds have not been confirmed yet. So this is the likely schedule, and it's happening between February and March, February 19th to March 9th. So keep an eye out for that, guys, and have a look at the form of the ODI teams over the next few months, as they will really be strategizing to get their teams spot on for this great tournament. As we know, South Africa haven't won a lot of ICC trophies, so hopefully they do get back into form after losing out to Pakistan 3-0. Not great for the confidence, but hopefully they will find that confidence moving into the new year, with not a lot of cricket left before this tournament, guys. So we'll keep an eye out what the teams get up to. As I spoke to you guys about England's team, very much a pace-focused team. Baz McCullum really bringing out great pace in that team, in that squad. So we know what their game plan will be. It's let that ball fly, let it rip through the air, and bring the slips and the wicketkeeper into play, and also the short stuff. So Baz McCullum always with a trick up his sleeve, and it's fascinating to see the cricket brain behind all these moves. And that's the ICC Champions Trophy for you guys. Let's now move on to AB Reacts. I came across some really interesting posts on social media. One throwback there of some footage of me playing rugby, the game of rugby. As you know, guys, I often speak about this incredible sport. I'm a big fan of the Springboks, who have won back-to-back World Cups now. They'll be going for 3 in a row at the next World Cup. But there's some rare footage of me playing rugby, and I saw this surfacing on social media platforms in the last week. It was cool to see me running around that field in 2002. That's a long time ago. I was 18 years old, playing for the first team at my school. And I must say, it was sort of a dream come true for me. As early as the age of 8, that I started dreaming about playing for this team, for the first team of Office. That dream realized, and here's some cool footage. So have a look at that. Me kicking around. Mostly that's the footage is me just taking some sideline kicks, a couple of moves here and there. It's not a extensive footage of my playing days over there at Office, but it was really refreshing to see me running around. I did enjoy this. So thanks, Mr. Vora, for posting that. Moving on to the next one, Aditya Saha asked this really good question. Why did RCB bid that high for Venki Iyer in the mega auction? And Mo Bobat said that RCB was following the policy of not bidding too high for one single player. We identified 2 Indian players, and that's Yuzi Chahal, interesting, right, and Venki Iyer, to add to the core of 3 retained Indian players. And we spoke about Yuzi. It would have been really, really good to have him back at RCB. It didn't happen that way, but at least RCB had those plans in place of getting him back, and I thought that would have been a great move. But he explains there, if we pull up this little graphic, Venki is someone who can bat in the top order. So Mo Boba just explaining why they bid so high for both Venki and Chahal, and obviously makes 100% sense to me. 2 Indian players that would have been part of the core group of the team. It didn't happen that way. I do still feel that RCB did incredibly well at the auction, and I feel they have a really good balanced side moving into the 2025 IPL season. And then the BBL. We saw something interesting unfold here as we got a run out there, and the fielding team pulling that run out back. Interesting, and it's great. It just put a nice sweet taste in my mouth when I saw a really good sportsmanship take place over there at the BBL. And it is refreshing to see that in what's a very competitive environment, and that's playing cricket at the highest level in the big franchise T20 tournaments happening around the world. And it just shows you sometimes it is good just to be a nice guy, you know. And I thought they made a really good call, the fielding side, that is, to withdraw their appeal ultimately. And it ended up being not out. Let's move on to the comms box then, guys, as I'm very much appreciative of you guys taking part in the comms box. And on that note, please post whatever you want in the descriptions box below, whether questions or comments. I pulled up some comments here talking about Sanju Samson's session we had. That is the last 360 show that took place, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that. There was a post here saying this is why Sanju Samson has many fans around the world. He's a down-to-earth guy and a world-class player, and he's got a great following, and that's from South Africa. So Sanju, if you're listening, you have a lot of fans over here in South Africa, and I'm one of them. Thanks for that comment. Love this chat. Thanks, AB, also for reps. I did talk to you guys about reps. That is where I explained to Sanju when he asked me that question, and I see a lot of you found it meaningful, so I really appreciate that, and it makes me very happy. If you remember correctly, the REP stands for Recognize the Fine Line Between Success and Failure, Enhance Key Relationships, Prepare for Life After Cricket, and Stay with God 24 hours of the day. And that was my reps, and as you know, reps is something you repeat daily. And I tried to implement that throughout my career, and it worked wonders for me. And it kept me really grounded and focused on what I needed to do. So thanks for that comment. A great question from Sanju, you say, and the answer from AB was meaningful. 2 most humble and honest cricketers. I have a lot of respect for Sanju. I think he's a remarkable cricket player, but an even more remarkable person, as you saw in our chat. Just the genuineness of the guy, if there's even a word like that, I don't think so. The genuineness. He comes across as a very genuine, grounded, humble person, and I absolutely love that about sportsmen. When you see him on the park, you'll see that competitive edge come out and that will to win, and that's the way it should be. The minute you step across that line, you play to the best of your ability. But when you're off it, it does no harm to be a good person and to share your thoughts and your experiences with other people. What a great chat with a lovely cricketer from Kerala, and it will be really interesting to have Ravi Ashwin interviewed by AB. I will definitely do everything in my ability, guys, to get him on the show. I think we have a lot to talk about, a lot of things in common as well, the way we played the game of cricket, and I would love to pick his brain on how he worked me over so many times during his playing days. and what it felt like to bowl to me. So I think that is a great chat that will hopefully come up soon. I will be in touch with him and see if I can get him on here. I think he deserves a lot of praise for the way he played the game over the years. Not only the stats and the wickets and the man of the match awards and the records broken, but for the way he played the game. And I really enjoy that and respect that. Finished reading the AB autobiography. Thank you so much for that. I hope you enjoy the book. You will see reps in that book as well. I do talk about every little detail of my upbringing, my playing days, my school days, my professional career, and even some more personal stuff. So if you haven't read the book, and that is my autobiography now, get your hands on it, and hopefully you do find some learning from that. Merry Christmas, ABC, and keep the supporting the good things and good persons, and all of you be kind to everyone. I fully agree, Mr. VJ. Thank you very much for that. And it is Christmas time. What a special time it is. For me, it is special because I get time to spend with my family, right? And to see the joy on my kids' faces when they open up their presents. And I always remind them what it is ultimately about, as it's the birth of Christ for all the Christians around the world. For those of you not celebrating, that's also okay. Just be content with life. Spend time with your families. It is the end of the year as another great year comes to an end. But Merry Christmas to all of you around the world celebrating it. I will certainly be slowing down a bit over this next week and just looking around my environment and my surroundings. And I think ultimately it's all about being grateful, right? Being grateful for being alive, being grateful for special moments and special times in our lives. So that concludes the 360 show for this week, guys. As per usual, please like the show, share it. As the more the content gets out there, the more people can get on the show to have fun with me. Subscribe to the channel as well, and I will see you guys on 360 Live this coming Saturday. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Merry Christmas to you all, and buckle up. Of course, there's amazing cricket matches about to take place. That'll be tomorrow as the Boxing Day Test matches kick off. Merry Christmas, take care, and that is a 360 show for you. Until next time.